Another week, another mess.
Why are we still paying for a TV license in the 21st century when more and more of our viewing has absolutely nothing to do with the BBC of which it funds? Anyone who watches or records live programmes on a TV or other device must buy a TV license at the current price of £174.50 per year. That's at the time of recording in September 2025. This includes people not watching live programming but opting to use the BBC iPlayer service instead. With all of the changes in how we consume media in recent years, how is it that we still have to pay this fee on top of our TV subscription packages to the likes of Sky, Virgin, Netflix and Disney+? Let's start at the very beginning. Since 1923, the BBC has received money through a license fee, which allows them to remain free from advertising and remain independent of shareholder and political interest. What started out as a wireless radio license back in 1923 soon became a combined radio and television license in 1946, costing just £2. Following the introduction of a colour TV license in 1968, just a few years later saw the abolition of the radio-only license in 1971. Along with the requirement to have a license for a car radio. Since then, the BBC was made responsible for the administration of the licence fee as a result of the Broadcasting Act 1990. They also committed to a free licence for the over 75s, but that was controversially restricted to just those claiming pension credits in July 2020. In January 2022, former Culture Secretary Nadine Dorries announced the fee would be frozen at £159 for the next 2 years until April 2024. She said she wanted to find a new funding model before the current deal expires in 2027, as it is completely outdated. Nadine's successor in the role, Michelle Donnellan, then cast doubt on the government's intentions. She said, "It is no secret that I have been a long-term sceptic of the licence fee and that we need to make sure the BBC is sustainable in the long term." However, she stopped short of saying she would also scrap the licence fee. Alternative funding models being discussed include a hybrid system in which core public service elements such as the news are provided for free, while high-end TV will sit behind a paywall. So here's the real issue. You're not just paying for the BBC, you're paying the BBC for permission to watch anything else, even if you never touch iPlayer. And that just doesn't seem right. That £174.50 a year is about the same as having Netflix and Disney combined, or, for a lot of households, is a month's food shop. And here's something that most people don't realise. Every year, tens of thousands of people are prosecuted for not paying a TV licence. In fact, around 70% of those taken to court are women, which raises big questions about fairness. So should this system continue? Some argue it keeps the BBC free from ads and from political interference. Others say it's just an outdated tax that punishes people that choose not to watch. What do you think? Should the TV licence be scrapped, or turned into some sort of subscription, or kept as it is? Let me know in the comments below. I'll read and try to reply to every single one.